September 6th, 2019. I did something that had me feeling like this.
I'm so excited! I'm so excited! I'm so scared!
I launched this YouTube channel and I felt a combination of extremely excited and extremely terrified. You know, I had the idea to start this channel over a year ago, and 3 months ago was when I started telling people, guys, I'm gonna upload a video this week. I can't wait. And yet for 3 months, I set deadlines to release the channel and I broke them. Why did I do that? Why did it take a friend calling me and consoling and encouraging me and a glass of whiskey to finally click that upload button for my first 2 videos past midnight? Why do we procrastinate and delay our dreams? Well, the answer is obvious. We procrastinate out of fear. Professional golfer Tom Kite says fear comes in 2 packages. One of them we know all too well. We dread rejection and failure. Today, I want to address a fear that is much more subtle. You might not even know that you have it. A fear that is paradoxical. You might ask yourself, why would I fear that? This fear is the invisible barrier between what you have now and the life that you could have. It's what's keeping you from leaving that toxic job and pursuing your passion. It's what's keeping you from asking for that raise. It's what's keeping you from pursuing the loving relationship that you tell yourself would make you happy. It's our fear of success. A fear of success kills off potential and keeps us playing smaller than we could be. Today, we're gonna work through this fear. I'm gonna start out by sharing 4 symptoms that indicate you have a fear of success. I'm gonna share 3 reasons why we fear success and 3 ways to overcome it. Symptom number 1. You shy away from taking on big projects and opportunities. I heard a story of a college professor that was asked to write a book that had never been written before. And the professor procrastinated, didn't take it on, pushed them off. They kept coming to that professor saying, will you write this book? And time passes and passes, and eventually the opportunity was gone. And the professor lost their tenure because they hadn't published anything. Symptom number 2, you avoid situations in which you are receiving recognition. And when you receive compliments, you deflect the conversation and you shift it back onto the other person. For example, someone comes up to me and says, Chris, I love your shirt, it's awesome. And immediately I'm like, Abby, I love your pants, where did you get them? I am guilty of that. Symptom number 3, you procrastinate and you end up producing subpar, sloppy work. I think back to college and the story of my life was waiting to write essays till the night of, pulling an all-nighter. How was I going to produce my best work? Symptom number 4, you choose to hang around people who don't challenge you or push you. You know where I've been really guilty of this, and I think a lot of us are? In our dating lives. How many times have I settled? How many times have you settled for someone you know that isn't gonna push you to be better? Those are 4 symptoms, but by no means all inclusive. But then now that we have an idea of the telltale signs, let's dive into the 3 reasons why we fear success. So you think you might have a fear of success. How human of you. The reality is success is unnatural. It lives outside of our comfort zone. If success was natural, then everyone would have it. People fear success for what comes with it. There are 3 things that result when we reach greater levels of success that threaten what we know. So now let's take the time to understand the nature that constrains us so that we can override the system and produce breakthrough results in our lives. The first reason we fear success is because with incredible success comes change and uncertainty. This is a really tough pill to swallow for a species that is highly resistant to change. When you leave your day job to start your dream business and it takes off, you have no idea what will be different and what that will mean for you. That's absolutely terrifying. In fact, it's easier to stay in that miserable job, to protect that stability, even at the cost of greater success. What's incredible is a lot of people are highly comfortable with dysfunction. It's what they inherited from their parents when they were born into this world. It's what's been conditioned in them over time, and it's what they've always known. Their bad job, their unhealthy relationships, they run back to it and recreate it time after time solely because it's what's familiar. Even when they taste success, they find a way to sabotage it and retreat to the identity that they are desperately trying to protect. In fact, they can be certain and right about the fact that they are unsuccessful. The second thing that comes with success that threatens what we know is the hard work and sacrifice necessary to maintain it. Dennis Waitley is a motivational speaker and author. He's known for the psychology of winning and seeds of greatness. And he has a quote that I wanted to share with you. He said, "Procrastination is the fear of success. People procrastinate because they are afraid of the success that they know will result if they move ahead now. Because success is heavy, carries a responsibility with it. It is much easier to procrastinate and live on the someday I'll philosophy." People fear success because when you have it, it will come knocking at your door demanding the full rent, and you can't expect to pay half and get away with it.
Hi, Pearl. You don't have to raise your voice.
You pay now!
I can give you half.
You pay now!
Success is a stingy landlord, and when you choose it, it will come after you like Pearl, demanding the cost to maintain it. Most human beings naturally don't want that. And now the third reason we fear success. It brings with it heightened expectations and scrutiny. That's an awkward word to say. Scrutiny. And the difference between the expectations and what we get is depression and disappointment. We expose ourselves to greater levels of criticism than we have ever experienced as we get more and more successful. On my first video, I got 1 dislike, and whoever you are, damn it. But I look at Jordan Peterson and he's got so many views and he has thousands of dislikes. When you stand for something and pursue your greatness, you will face scrutiny and more rejection. And with these new expectations is the fear that you'll be found out as a fraud and will lose everything. Now it's time for the good part. Let's dive into the ways that we can act in spite of that nature and liberate our potential, how we can overcome our fear of success. Strategy number 1, define a vision that is so big and a why that carries you and compels you forward despite any resistance on the way there. How big? Well, your vision is big enough to make you a little bit uncomfortable. You might be onto something. If you're terrified, congratulations, I think you're on target. Simon Sinek wrote a book, Start With Why. He has a famous TED Talk that I encourage you to check out. Defining and sharing a clear why is how leaders inspire action in others, and it's also how we inspire action in ourselves. Come up with a why that serves you and serves others. You will face rejection, failure, you'll confront fears, but if that why is strong enough, it will carry you forward anyways. Myself, for example, my nature, my instinct is to play small. I could tell you, oh, I want to have thousands of subscribers and inspire thousands of people. But you know what? Screw that. Here's my vision. I want to be the Brene Brown, the male Brene Brown. I want to be the Justin Bieber of personal growth and motivation. I want to be inspiring and uplifting millions of people one day. And here's my why. It serves me. This is the truest expression of my story, of my passion. This is my art. I love creating this because my hope is that I share an insight that could change someone's life or even just make their day a little better. And next thing you know, that's shared with someone else and it inspires them and they share with another. And next thing you know, we are rising up hand in hand, moving towards a better world. So define a why that serves you and serves others, that is strong enough to sustain you, to overcome your fear of success, overcome your fear of failure, and be the best you can be. Strategy number 2, confront the cost of staying the same and let the fear of that cost be greater than your fear of success and change. I'm in software sales, and a lot of my customers are currently using solutions that are pretty satisfactory. It's getting the job done. In order to sell them on my technology, I have to sell them on a better way. And that's pretty hard to do. Typically, you sell based on solving for a pain. So when you sell someone on a better way, you have to confront the cost of staying the same. For strategy number 2, we need to sell ourselves on the cost of staying the same and not going for our full potential because of a fear of the change that comes with success. What is that cost? Well, Jordan Peterson tells us that it's through shouldering a burden in life, making sacrifices, that we actually access the deeper meaning that sustains human beings. When we are comfortable with what is familiar and mediocre, we are missing out on that meaning that sustains us. At the end of your life, you're going to be rewatching a movie. Do you want that movie to be characterized by regret? Or do you want to look back and say, wow, I truly lived, I was my full self, and this movie, it would get an Academy Award. We truly do have an impact on those around us. Let that impact motivate you to act in spite of any fear of success you might have. Strategy number 3, do something.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it.
I believe Mark Manson wrote an article about the do something principle. Just do something. For me, it was hitting that upload, even though I knew the video wasn't perfect. It never would be. Make some calls and start that business. Do something, because on the other side of bold action is the life that you want. Make a mistake and then learn how to do it better. Well guys, after the fact, I came up with a 4th strategy. And I had to throw this in there because it is absolutely critical and absolutely powerful. Share your vision and your dreams with others, with your friends, even with strangers. Because when you share a vision, it comes alive. You put it out into the world. Others hold you accountable, and it compels you to move forward. Time for some calls to action. Confront your fear of success and exercise these 3 strategies. 1, define a vision so big that it terrifies you. Number 2, confront the cost of staying the same. Number 3, just do something. And guys, if you found this helpful and uplifting and you think someone else could benefit from the message, please share it. Check out my latest video, How to Turn Your Problems into Opportunities. And smash that subscribe button. Stick with me and let's grow together. Love y'all.